So I'm creating one new approval process, but before creating approval process, the conditions for me, what I'm expecting here. Conditions for me, I'm expecting here. If account rating equal to hot, if account rating equal to hot, we have account ratings. And if I go, we have two different types of accounts, if I'm not wrong, right? Yes. If I create any business account, then this account should submit for an approval process. Then this account should submit for an approval process. And the selected business account, if it is hot, then only I need to submit, not every account. If the selected business account is hot, then only I need to submit for approval process. Okay. But approval process is also automated business process, but it need to be initiated by users. By default, approval process is not automated to start. Like it needs some user actions to submit, and then it starts as a automated process. We need to, there is a step involved for a manual process in approval steps. Okay, user need to submit explicitly, else it will not start. But now, if I submit, who need to accept it? Who will be the approver for this approval process? If I'm creating a business account, then there should be some approver, right, for this account. Who should be the approver? That approver should be whoever is creating this record. That record manager should be approver. Record manager should be approver. So it means if I'm creating, who will be my manager? That manager need to be assigned in my user object. Okay. How many types of relationship fields we have in the system? How many types of fields we have? How many types of referenced fields? Master detail. But there is another special relationship field we have inside user object. If we can go to the user object, let's go to the user object. That is called hierarchical. In user object, you will not have anything related to lookup and master detail. You will only have one field called hierarchical relationship. If I click new, you can see which relationship you have. Hierarchical. There will be no lookup and master detail on user object. Only object that you have hierarchical is user object only, nowhere else. Okay. And by default, there is an options we already have like manager. There is a manager which is already a hierarchy. Either you can use standard field which is provided by Salesforce, else you can create your own custom hierarchy fields. Clear? Let's go to my users. I'm going to set up. I'll go to my users. I'm creating a new user. I'm sorry, I'm not creating, I'm opening my users. I'll edit my present July and I'll tag this to Krishna. Okay. I'll add this to Krishna. Now I go here and this is my approval manager. So I'll say Krishna will be my manager. So who will be my manager? As per the system, Krishna will be my manager, isn't it? Manager is Lakshmi. So if July Prism is creating a record, then who will be the approver? By whom it need to be accepted? It need to be accepted by Krishna, isn't it? Let's go and define our approval process also for this. Let's say approval process. Let's go back. And anyway, I'm implementing a single step. And yesterday we saw like a standard setup. Now we'll see like a jumpstart wizard. In this, I'll say that business hot rating. And if you want, you can assign approval template, but I didn't created any email template for this notification, so it's fine. So we have like account slash account record type, there will be account record type equals, I'm selecting my account record type equals business and rating equal to account colon rating. So then only will be in account fields equals hot. So this is a condition, and below use the option to specify whom the approval request need. Either need to select manually or assign automatically, or using approver using standard or hierarchy fields. Now what we decided to go with hierarchy field, right? So I'll select my manager, that's it. Whoever submitting this approval process, his manager will be, by default, will be tagged out. View approval process detail page. Now there is a step which got added automatically, right? Without your intervention. Yesterday it was like independent. Each and every step is very precise. Who will be initial submitters? Do you want to do a recall and all? But standard setup is that it doesn't provide. I mean, Jumpstart is that it doesn't provide anything. Then you have to edit manually initial submitters. Oh, you all allowed only for account owner? Okay, it's account owner is fine. Whether he is allowed to recall his approval request? Yes, I'm saying it's allowed. So you need to update options separately by going again and again. So entry criteria, name and description, approval layout. If you want to change approval layout, you can change. Now I'm adding my account source. Account revenue, priority. So this is my place. Do you want to show the information sections like approval page fields? Yes. And I'm saying this is like a parallel or not parallel. I'm activating it. I'm activating it. Let's go to object manager. How many page layouts we have in account? We have two different layouts, right? Business and standard. For standard one, we don't want to show that submit for approval button. So let's go and click buttons and links. Here you have an option called submit for approval. Just remove this button. So what we are doing, we are removing that submit for approval button. Clear? Here, here. Save. Now let's go back. New. I'm selecting a business account. I'll say refer details name Satya, and I'll say business account, and I'm selecting rating hot. Save. I should be having submit for approval. If I go like Sri Raman, I don't think he is like which layout he belongs to, which record type. Okay, he belongs to person standard. So there is no submit for approval, right? So let's go. So the page layout is updated properly. I can submit for approval process, then automatically submit for a person. New account created. So this is my submit approval action comment. So submitted. So automatically it's assigned to my manager. See, it is assigned to Krishna, isn't it? So you can like even multi-step process. Either you can do with a hierarchy field, or either you can assign automatically to some particular group of people by selecting their names. Clear? Any questions? Any questions? But now what happened here? There are some manual steps involved, right? Here there are some manual steps. See, because I am a system administrator, I can also approve myself. It's okay. Because I am an administrator, I have modify all access, so I can approve myself. Like instead of I login as a Krishna, I can do either Krishna can do it. Okay. But if I want to automate this process, then you have an option called process builder. Let's go to process builder once. Let's go to process builder once. This is my process builder, account process. I'm cloning it as a new process, version of new process. So I'm cloning it. So this is whenever record is created and edited. So I'll say conditions are met. Instead of for this one, I'll say formula evaluates to true. System variables. Fields. Functions. New. Okay. Advanced. Is changed. Is new. No. This is not new. Text logical. Drop down. If is blank, is null, is number, null value. Prior value. Advanced. This is different. Date and time is not available. Text is not available. Let's go logical. I'll say prior value. Prior value of name equal to null. So prior value of name in the sense the old value of name is null. So it means that it's a new record, right? Prior value will always be null if it is a record is creating newly. Clear? Any questions? So this is the process I selected. Formula expression does not, field name does not exist. Or check spelling. What is this? Oh, 1 minute. Why this is not having? How to this new function? Process builder. We do not have process. Is new function process builder? You can use new use change functions. We can use it, but why it is not allowing me to use? So use new. I can directly refer is new. That's what it means. Let me check it out then. I was checking some other way. Use new. Oh, that function is not available from the drop down, but you can either directly use it. Okay, got it. So here I can say submit for approval, but here we need to check other one. And okay, the problem here is record type ID dot developer name. So name, record type name. So what is your record type name here? Let's go to object and check it out. What is this? Edit object. Okay. I'm very happy to copy my naming conventions. This simple typo will cause lot of issues later when we need to debug so much for this. Equal to single quotes, or I can use double quotes, whatever you wanted. Save. So this is my business accounts, and we also need some other things called rating, account rating. Otherwise, I don't want to add rate also. But in approval process, what it is saying, your rating should account rating should be hot, right? But I'm not adding rating here, okay? And I'm not adding a rating here, and I'm just going directly. I'm just checking record time, and you have a submit for approval. Submit for approval. I'll say that submit for approval. And account object default approval process or specific one. You can choose anything by here, like new accounts anyway it's deactivated. Now I need to submit for business hot rating, so I'm selecting it. Now it is asking whether you wanted to skip entry criteria of the approval process through process builder. See, there is a skip, right? If I skip this one, then approval process entry criteria will not execute. You got it? Here in approval process we have entry criteria, right? Account rating should be hard and business record type. That criteria will not execute. That step will be skipped off. That approval process criteria will not be executed. That step will be skipped off. And I can submit as a current user, and I can say save. So I'm activating it. I'm activating it. Now I'll go back, and either clone is also kind of creating a new one. So what I'll do, I'll just create a new account with a business type, with a business SRTC, and I'm not selecting the hot and online. I'm just selecting a few fields and I'm saving it. Okay. But ideally it should not submit. But due to we have selected a skip for approval, then this will be skipped off, and you can see it got submitted also. Now it become more automated, right? Then manually user selects submit for approval. So approval process can be submitted through two ways. Either you can submit through a process builder, or either you can do it from a Apex classes. There is no other alternative that you can automate your approval process